With the burn implementation imminent, which should be passed and going through in a couple of weeks, we have calculated all the possible prices at the various market caps and the circling supplies that we could hit when the ban ends, and the result is a terrifyingly high price for Terra and Classic. And more importantly, if this ban will halt and what sort of volume of burn we could be seeing when the 1.2% banning mechanism goes through. Let's just jump straight into it. So as we know, with the 1.2% prohibition, the 1.2% tax on all transactions overall, 3,568. It seems reasonable to assume that this method will hold until the overall supply reaches 10 billion Lunar Classic, at which point the ban will be lifted. Once that happens, the entire supply is locked and cannot be increased or decreased. When people talk about the ban being lifted, they usually mean when there are 10 billion Terra in traditional tokens in circulation. Now we can figure out how much 10 billion units of Lunar Classic would cost in the face of Terra. It's not hard at all to accomplish that. The different prices can be calculated by simply dividing the market capitalization by the total supply of 10 billion. Our current market capitalization is under $10 million. The price would be 1/10 of a penny, or 10 times as much as it is now. Furthermore, considering the present market cap of $70 billion, as you can see, if we just kept the current market cap, but reduced the supply to 10 billion, we'd be at 7 cents, which is actually going to be 700x on your investment. As you can see, if we increase it to $100 million, you'll get $100 in action, $100 in investment, or $1. We have many ambitions before reaching a market cap of $1 billion. The math for this is straightforward. A market cap of $10 billion would get us to $1, which is certainly doable. Terribly Classic has hit a $10 billion market cap before. Because of the dramatic drop, a market cap of $100 billion seems a lot less likely now. Like I stated, we're talking about 100,000 to 1,000,000 times our initial investment. These kinds of market capitalization are, as I indicated before, much less likely. At this point, B&B, we're discussing the market capitalization of really large blockchains. And at this point, C, we're entering Bitcoin's market cap at its all-time high. That's why I say they are probably not worth considering. This type of X and these kinds of ridiculous price objectives aren't achievable. But I do think we could reach to the 10 billion range at least. Furthermore, I believe some of these cost goals are doable if we complete the burn and reduce the burn to 10 billion. I think it's far more realistic to aim for the 10 cent and $1, the 1 penny. Will we genuinely be able to reduce our burn to this level? From the current rental rate of $6.5 trillion to $10 billion is a significant distance. Not only that, but the burn is not linear, as I've mentioned in other vids, right? So it's not as if we can just keep a constant burn, as of course when the circulating supply declines, and get a constant burn of $100, a million, or 4 trillion if we just keep a consistent transaction volume each day. As everyone knows, when the price of Terra Classic rises, more people can afford to subscribe. If the price of Terra Classic doubles from $1 to $10 per stream, for example, the same daily transaction volume of $100 million will be able to purchase back and burn 1.2% fewer tokens than it could before. Hence, it makes sense that a burn is not a straight line. This graph takes the form of a curve, with the slope indicating the amount of burn when the transaction volume is held constant, but other variables, such as price, rise or fall. The daily transaction volume in relation to the price will determine the burn rate. At the current price, however, we are not at a crazy level. Thus, we will do it with the mass at the current price of rats, with the daily transaction volume, and determine how many tokens can be burned within the first few weeks to months. That puts our current rate of circulation precisely at $100 million per day. A slight increase in cost from when we originally estimated these figures means that we should have anywhere between 10 and 12 billion tokens available for burning at today's prices. Additionally, at this rate, 5.2 trillion tokens will be generated annually. Over the course of a year, the token's price would rise, necessitating our purchase. There would be a significant time lag. At the present transaction volume, I estimate it would take between 3 and 5 years to burn up all of the tokens and reduce the circulating supply to below a trillion tokens every month, or 485 billion. Over a period of 1 month or 1 day, the price increase is not expected to be more than 5–10%. Daily price increases of 0.5% to 1% are possible and acceptable. However, I believe that when the burn occurs, FOMO will kick in massively, as we have indicated in numerous videos. In other words, I wouldn't let these relatively low transaction volumes disturb me. This has happened numerous times before, most notably when our daily transaction volume was around $1.2 billion, and our price went up dramatically after the burn was only hinted at. If we take a look at the daily transaction volume of $1 billion, we can see that we would be burning 145 billion tokens a day. Maybe more like 120 because the price is a little less than when we computed these statistics, which means every month, 4.35 trillion. You're probably thinking, well, we can't burn 52.2 trillion tokens. And this is where the idea that a higher token price results in fewer tokens being burned becomes so crucially apparent. You wouldn't, would you? This is what would happen if we kept the token ban in place and the price of lease remained constant. Obviously, this will never occur. There will be a greater demand for tokens, driving up their price. The more we burn, buyers worry the price may rise if demand remains stable. Since the burn will immediately go insane and continue to go crazy for a couple of weeks, a daily transaction volume of $1 billion seems like a reasonable goal. It's possible that the supply will decrease by a factor of 1–2 trillion, but after the first billion are gone, the rate of consumption should level out and ideally find a stable equilibrium. The daily price may not be 2x, 5x, or 10x as high, and there may not be a dramatic blow-off peak. On the other hand, the $1 billion in daily trading transaction volume will ensure that we can keep the fire going for quite some time. If we can bring the daily transaction volume up to the $3 billion range, even if the price goes up, it will still have a significant impact on the circulating supply. We've been here before, many times, long after the original classic had died. To a satisfactory degree, hype, in my opinion, it's entirely possible to achieve these results. Now, as I've already mentioned, we also need to pay attention to the fact that this is all assuming the market cap remains unchanged. In my opinion, hitting some of these higher price objectives requires both an increase in the market cap and a decrease in the circulating supply. If I had to guess, I wouldn't put money on Terra Luna Classic selling 10 million copies. In my opinion, that is an extremely challenging task. Probably somewhere between $5 and $10 billion per year in transactions is what it will take to get things done. Again, the price will rise to the point that you won't be able to make much of a dent by purchasing and burning 1.2% of the token supply. This is something that needs to be done over